Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Casual Sports Podcast. This is week 6 of the show. If you want to interact with us live during the show, you can use the hashtag CSR2020 on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well at Casual Sports. As always, I'm Alek Koberna.
I'm Matt Morrison.
And this is the Casual Sports Podcast. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Casual Sports Podcast. First up on the show, the Olympics are having some issues due to the coronavirus. They're in Tokyo this year for the 2020 Summer Olympics, I believe it is.
Yes.
So there's some issues going on due to this coronavirus, and they may have to cancel the games, which games I don't think have been canceled since World War II, I believe. Yeah. So it's been a long time since they've had to do anything. They said that they can move it around in 2020, but they can't move it past 2020. So we can't have the games in 2021, obviously, because that would just mess up the whole schedule. So we may have a cancellation of the games if this coronavirus goes on anymore.
And that is very terrible. I mean, I look forward to watching the Olympics like every year.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing going on in the summer.
Yeah. So
I mean, because in the summer, you know, we're down a lot of sports in the summer. I mean, it's pretty much only baseball after we get through the NBA playoffs. So at least like this year, now we would have the Summer Olympics if they end up happening. Like, I guess we'll see what's going on. Then they've actually started canceling a lot of the like preliminary qualifying matches and stuff. Some countries aren't sending teams out to these practices or whatnot. I don't remember exactly which teams, but I know I think it was may have been American baseball or something. They didn't go out for it. So I guess we'll see what happens there. I don't really know what's going to go on. But before we get any deeper into that, let's switch gears to boxing. So Deontay Wilder issued his rematch clause against Tyson Fury.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
Do you think he'll be able to pull something off this time?
We'll just have to wait and see.
If he doesn't wear 40 pounds of gear to the ring this time?
Yeah.
Because that made his legs tired? Sure it did. Are you kidding me? With the training they go through for that?
They always
seriously? 40 pounds is not a lot for that guy. Come on.
And would he be making that excuse if he would have won?
No.
No, he won. He made it because he lost.
It was a ridiculous claim. I can't believe he was like, it was just gear that I wore. I'm like, you made the choice to wear the gear. You've totally trained walking down there.
Yeah.
At least like having your entrance. You go through a rehearsal beforehand. All places do that. It was ridiculous. But they asked Floyd Mayweather if he thought that Deontay Wilder could pull off the victory this time, to which he responded, "If I train him, he will win."
Well, train him then.
Would you want to see Floyd Mayweather get into training?
Yes,
I think that'd be pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see...
What was he, 50-0, right?
51-0, I think.
51-0?
Wasn't it?
51,
because he fought McGregor. I thought that was like 51 or 52.
Something like that.
Where he just absolutely murdered him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. Where would you want the event if and when they do it? Since we got round 3. I don't know if they announced where it's going to be yet.
It was just in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it was just in Vegas. Would they just go back to Vegas? Do you think?
Where was the first one?
If I had to guess, they're all in Vegas. I'm not 100% sure.
I'd either go to Vegas or like California or like New York City, something like
Madison
that.
Square Garden.
Madison Square
Let's
Garden.
have the Garden. Wilder Fury 3. Book it right now. Let's go.
Book that right now.
Put it in the Garden. You get so many more eyes on that thing. I mean, because it's either Vegas or the Garden. Those are the two biggest arenas in the United States, probably, when it comes to boxing. So we are down another week into the XFL season, and I think we're starting to see those gaps. Week 1, week 2 went by they went flying. It was great. You didn't really see a lot of these guys making those dumb mistakes that you would have thought they would have made. Now we're getting a little bit deeper into the season. Yes. The guys we start at the beginning of the season come out flying. Cardale Jones and that amazing offense has died, got held to 9 points the game before, and then 0 points this game facing the 0-3 Tampa Bay Vipers.
Yes. With old man Jerry Glanville as a decent defensive coordinator.
Yeah, Landry Jones just got injured. Kickers are missing field goals left and right now.
Matt McGloin is sucking.
Matt McGloin's not even here anymore. No. We got offensive coordinators coaching with broken legs. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
He's like, I ain't soft, I'm coaching. I'm like, you broke your leg. I mean, it's not like you're out there playing. You're standing still for the most part. Congratulations on it, but like, okay. I mean, we still get the few, stars. PJ Walker's blowing up. He'll probably be in the league come regular season.
Yes. I would hope so.
I got no doubts that he'll make it. But
I hope so. Maybe Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, they could. There's definitely a lot of teams that could use a quarterback that's got some talent. Maybe if a team that whoever picks up Tom Brady, say,
Eight teams in line, I heard?
There's a bunch of teams that want Tom Brady. We'll get into that a little bit later. Stay in XFL. But, XFL's got funding for the next 3 years, so I think we'll see how well this goes. I know the fan base just keeps getting bigger and bigger, but just from my personal viewing experience, I don't think the product's getting better. I think it's getting worse. The sideline stuff and all the media coverage, the coverage of it is phenomenal. It's going so well. It's the actual gameplay that I think is starting to slip a little bit that we didn't necessarily see the first few weeks.
Yeah, it's definitely shown signs of decreasing, and it's going downhill. So hopefully it can,
I hope that it
up.
stays up, because I like having this. Right now we got another 2 months of football.
Yes.
And who's going to complain about more football? Football is like, baseball is America's pastime. Football is America's now.
Yeah.
Besides basketball, which could probably be made the argument for biggest sport right now, football, it has the biggest, I think, media presence when it comes to it. Because basketball, they have a lot of followers worldwide and a lot of it in America, but you don't see people going out at 8 in the morning with 18 coolers of beer and tailgating for 12 hours to see a below average team play football. Or no one's lining up outside the Charlotte Hornets building or the New York Knicks 5 hours before. Hell, you don't see them 2 hours before.
No,
what? They show up right around the game. Teams have had issues with it. Even Miami Heat, when LeBron James were there, I think it was Game 5 the NBA Finals. The seats weren't even full at the beginning of the game. You don't see that in football.
No, you don't.
And if you do, it's because they're all still in line because they were still drinking until 5 minutes before. They're like, all right, we got to go to the game. I completely forgot. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna switch gears up a little bit here. Go to the NFL Combine. That was over the weekend. What do you think of the whole event?
I watched a couple showings of it, mostly on Instagram.
I think it sucked.
YouTube. It did suck a little bit.
Past few years have actually been kind of interesting. We had big name prospects that didn't sit out. This year they did, just trying to recover from some, late season injuries, but you understand, number 1 and number 2 guys, you want to see those, and they were just like, why should I? My spot's locked in. I know where I'm going. Everybody knows where I'm going. There's no point in me coming out here to compete. Chase Young even said, he was just like, I'm not gonna waste my time training to be a combine athlete.
And you know what kind of made me mad? Everybody's going off oh my God, look at this offensive lineman running a 5.1. This guy is—he's
never gonna have to run a 5.1.
No, he's there to block. Okay, he's not.
An offensive lineman is there to not move.
Yeah, stand there. Push.
It's good to have them fast because you want them to be able to be quick, light on their feet and quick on their feet, because you don't want those guys to be, back, when they're going backwards.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should have offensive linemen run the 40-yard backwards.
They should.
Give me that. Give me a drill for an offensive lineman like that. And have that give as much television thing, because that is more important for that position than it is.
It is.
Yeah. But, we saw some really good performances from some guys.
Yes, we did.
Jalen Hurts ran a 4.54. What do you think? What do you think he's going to do at the next level?
I think he's going to surprise some people. I think some people don't think he's going to have that talent.
How far do you think he's going to drop in this draft, though? Because I don't think he's going. Projections, I think have him in the 2nd or 3rd round.
I see the same. 2nd, 3rd round.
You don't see when was Lamar Jackson picked? He was
the last
one of the 1st round, right?
Yes.
Where did the Steelers pick?
2nd round. I have to look at it.
2nd round. Do you think the Steelers should pick up Jalen Hurts?
Yes.
Okay, out of all the quarterbacks in the draft, I believe the top 3 guys will all be off the board by then.
Yes.
It's Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jordan Love. But then there's also Jackson Tamu.
Yeah. Isn't Jacob Eason too?
Jacob Eason's up there. Out of all the quarterbacks in the draft, who would you want for the Steelers organization going forward? Since that is your team, who would you want? And you guys need a new quarterback coming in the next few years.
In my opinion, Roethlisberger, he's our guy for now. That's going to be our guy for next season. He's coming out, he's looking strong.
Oh, yeah. No doubt he's coming back next season, probably season after that, as long as he stays healthy.
I got to go with the mobile quarterback. I got to go with either, Jalen Hurts. Like, this guy...
I think Jalen Hurts has the arm strength and the mobility. Because sometimes your offensive line tends to struggle, especially this past season. They struggled a lot. That probably had to do with the quarterback rotation not being, consistent where it was. But go ahead.
I think his chemistry with those flashy receivers, we're going to have Deontay Johnson's going to be something big in this game, hopefully.
What do you think the Steelers' biggest need is for this draft?
Biggest need for this draft?
Because I don't think it's quarterback.
It's not quarterback.
Would you wait till next year to pick somebody else then? Because next year, if you guys do terrible next season, you could get up there. I mean, hopefully not, right? Because I want the AFC North to be competitive. That's always fun to see because we're both North fans.
Yes.
But if you guys don't do well, there's some good quarterbacks in that top 10 coming out. Well, we will have Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields.
Yes.
I wouldn't depend on a Buckeye quarterback to make anything of himself in the NFL because that just never seems to happen, unfortunately.
The Steelers have been that team to, like, if that opportunity's there, they're going to jump on it and they're going to take it. They're not going to wait.
If you guys start off bad, I think you guys will tank and get Trevor Lawrence if you can.
Yeah.
You guys have a lot of bargaining chips at the table.
Yeah, we got that good defense coming back.
You guys don't need to really touch your defense as long as you're not losing anybody, which I don't think you are.
No, we're not. Yeah,
Steelers are good on defense. You need some offensive weapons, though, because Juju Smith-Schuster can't do it alone.
No. Deontay Johnson's new. Who's the other guy? The guy
was it Washington or
James Washington.
James Washington.
He'll be great.
He had some good moments last season. Yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching him.
You got your tight ends, Vance McDonald. We need another flashy receiver,
Okay, I got a flashy receiver for you. I think he'll be gone by the second round, but Justin Jefferson ran a 4.44 at 202 pounds.
Yes.
LSU, that is fast.
That is fast.
Yeah, that is. No one was expecting him to go that fast.
That's faster than Jimmy John's, man.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where you pull that in from. We're not sponsored by Jimmy John's, but if anyone here is connected to Jimmy John's and would like to sponsor us, go ahead. That would be nice.
Where'd you pull that one from?
I don't know. I'll take that one, though. I'll just throw it out there.
Just throw that out there.
Got any opportunities? Yeah, but no, Justin Jefferson. No, I think he was expected to go 4.5, 4.6, like all the Ohio State wide receivers did. They all were pretty slow. Dobbins didn't compete in it, but out of the wide receivers, then biggest wide receiver thing that happened, Henry Ruggs didn't beat the all-time record.
No, as expected.
He was close.
He had
a bad start, too.
Yes.
Record's, 4.22?
Yeah, by John Ross.
Ross, and I think he had a 4.24.
Oh, jeez.
It was right there.
Oh, man.
If he had the better start, he would have hit it.
Yeah.
And John Ross came out and said, he's like, I don't think people realize just how fast a 4.22 is. And, it's impressive.
He gave him, compliments about it.
Yeah, wait, no. So Henry Ruggs was, I have it right here, 4.27.
4.27.
So what, 5/100ths of a second? Yeah, 5/100ths of a second slower. I mean, we're getting to points where it was just like, okay, these, fractions of a second aren't really going to matter all that much out on the field. It doesn't. All these guys are about the same speed when it comes down to it, with a few exceptions here and there out there. It's really who gets the first step, who doesn't get beat on a cut, or who doesn't get beat on a fade.
Yeah.
Positioning of a wide receiver.
It's not all speed.
That's why you can have so many... speed
is good.
Speed is really good for corners and linebackers. Yes. You need a fast linebacker.
Yes.
You need at least one. You can have that big guy that's going to, clap some heads in there, but you need a guy that's going to be able to chase that,
that running
keep
back,
up with the fast tight end, which we're getting a lot more of because they're converted wide receivers at this point.
Speaking
of tight ends,
Claypool, oh my God,
6'4", 238 pounds, ran a 4.42.
That's amazing.
He's the first person to measure 6'4" and above, 235 pounds, to run a sub 4.45 since Megatron.
Oh my God! I watched this.
That's
guy
a pretty impressive stat.
I watched this guy play Notre Dame, right?
Yes, Notre Dame.
This guy caught everying that came to him.
Oh, yeah, man.
He used his big body
hands like... Oh, yeah. When you're that size and that much speed, you're not going to be... Because the linebacker position is normally guarded by either a safety, which is going to have a size advantage on, or a linebacker, which he has the speed advantage on.
That's somebody I'd love Pittsburgh to see.
Next Gronk?
Maybe. Next Gronk?
Chase Claypool, next Gronk? He's got the speed for it, because that was Gronk's big thing. He had the size and the speed.
Yeah.
You couldn't stop him. It took two safeties and two corners to tackle him at one time. Like, if a lineman could keep up with him, they'd have trouble tackling him.
The only way
it just didn't work.
the only way you were going to stop Gronk is if you got ahead of him and picked the ball off, or he wasn't playing. That's how you're going to stop him.
Or you just build a wall in front of him and hope he trips going through it. Because he's knocking you down. It's just a matter of is he going to be able to keep his feet moving while he was going over you.
Because there was a lot of balls thrown in his direction that were picked off. So
yeah, that's just what happens because you kind of lob it in there sometimes because put it up where the kids can't get it, and sometimes those kids got a little more hops than you think it does. Yeah. But speaking of the Patriots, big story out of the Combine, Billy Belichick, the head coach of the Patriots, didn't show up to the Combine. Instead, he skipped it to scout a Middle Tennessee recruit named Tyshawn Render.
Now, who's that? Tell me.
Nobody knows. Nobody knew who this kid was, besides, of course, Bill Belichick. He went out and got another, Walmart wide receiver.
Well, if Bill Belichick is going looking at him, he has to be something.
That kid's draft stock just went from the 6th round to the 3rd. I guarantee it. Because it was raining, and Bill Belichick's just standing there watching this kid in the rain. That is commitment on both sides.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
It could be a trick.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking, Bill Belichick, he's got something in mind.
If Bill Belichick's going to watch him,
Bill wouldn't waste, unless he's already has everything planned out, he's not going out there to waste his time.
Yeah.
Granted, all the Combine stuff's recorded, so you don't really need to go to those things.
No, you don't.
Like, if you have a recruit in mind, you want to see how he's doing, but normally you probably wouldn't send Bill out there to do it, just because the media's going to follow, that kid's stock's going to go up, and you're not going to be able to pick him in the 7th. But did you hear Jeff Okudah? So Jeff Okudah was the corner for the Ohio State University last year, and one of these reporters said the most idiotic thing, and he didn't really seem too happy about it. So he was in his press conference, as all the players do at the Combine, and this reporter asked him, what do you plan on doing since you have a tendency to get kind of sloppy? And he went, sloppy? What do you mean? He's like, well, pass interference and holding, not being in the right position. Okudah's response was, I had 0 pass interferences, 0 holding, so cut the tape again. I think you might see something else. The audacity of that guy to come in there, ask that question, and then Okudah just slap him with a fact like that. I was like, oh, okay, Okudah. Because Okudah's was projected 3rd. If he's dropped a little farther down because he had an injury at the Combine, fell and hit his head, he's fine. But just people didn't seem to care for him, which always seems to happen with Ohio State players. Do you ever notice that?
Yeah, I have.
Throughout the entire season, not just Ohio State, but a lot of the top players from schools that aren't named Alabama or
Clemson.
in the SEC or Clemson, it always seems, oh my God. So this guy, the entire season when we're actually playing football and playing sports, seeing him every week, so this guy is the consensus #1 player. All right, yeah, got it. This guy is blowing everyone out of the water in these stats. He looks impressive on and off the field. Then we take this 3-month break, get back to the Combine come March. And all of a sudden, the Buckeyes play, not just Buckeyes, but it has been Buckeyes in the recent years, went, from #1 overall to dropping down to, 13th. And I'm just like, what happened? What happened in this 3-month period that just caused these guys' draft stocks to drop? Because I'm pretty sure when we were playing football, this guy said everybody was better, but as soon as we stopped playing football, people forget what you need out there on the field. They're like, oh no, that's just a kid from Ohio State. They never do anything. You want a good player, you pick a guy from Ohio State. That's why the Saints are so good.
Yes, and the Steelers a little bit.
And the Steelers, you guys picked a lot of Buckeyes. Not as much recently, but back in the
Ryan Shazier and
Shazier was still playing. He's one of the top linebackers in the league, no question.
Yes, no question.
One of the top defensive players in the league, I would say, probably. If you look at the top defensive players in the league, there's a lot of Big Ten guys in there. You got both of the Watt.
TJ Watt, man.
TJ Watt, JJ Watt.
We got
both of the Bosas. Now we're going to have Chase Young, who's probably going to be right up there. Look at his stats at Ohio State. He blew the Bosas out of the water. Didn't even play as many games. It was crazy. That kid's going to be a beast. But, oh my God.
We could talk all day about that.
Yeah, we probably could, but we have to keep the story moving. Jonathan Taylor, #1 running back coming out. Wisconsin ran a 4.39 at the Combine. That is fast for a running back, especially at his size. Do you think he's going to be the next Big Ten NFL star? I mean, look at the recent running backs we've come out of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, Zeke Elliott, Melvin Gordon. I mean, those three alone are most of the rushing guards in the past few years for leaders.
Yes.
And there's more of them that I just are drawing a blank right now. But it's like, do you think Jonathan Taylor will be the next big Big Ten running back?
I think so. He's
got the size, he's got the speed, and he's got the experience. Yes. What about, is there anything with his game you don't like?
There's very little.
Guy's been in the Heisman running back for 3 years, so obviously he knows what he's doing.
I like his running style. I think he might pause for a second. He does that little Le'Veon Bell thing, which I hate when Le'Veon Bell did that. He pauses.
Le'Veon Bell was Big Ten too, wasn't he?
Yeah, Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State. That's what I thought. There's another one.
I think he'll be a great running back, honestly. I think
someone's going to be lucky to grab him in the third round.
Yes. Hopefully a good team will get him, a good head coach, form him up.
I got a feeling he'll drop a lot farther than people think. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of people that need a running back right now.
Another Big Ten running back. Your man, J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, yes. Man's going to go
this guy
4th round.
I'm
thinking 4th round, and that's a steal.
That's
a steal, too. But J.K. Dobbins said he had a sprained ankle during the Clemson game. If he was fully...
He still went out.
Yeah, he still went out there. But you saw it a few times in the game where he got caught in the backfield and his leg just gave out on him.
Yes.
If he was healthy, did Buckeyes win the game?
We'd have to go back and
we'd have to go back and see.
I can't make that prediction.
Well, no, I think you pretty much could, because I believe whatever everyone said afterwards was... the Buckeyes would have won if the refs didn't blow the game for us.
Oh, they did blow it.
We could go into that. We're not going to. We got to save that for next year when we come back to it, right?
Yes.
I hate it every time Buckeyes face Clemson because it never seems to win for whatever reason. Like, we always have more talent on the field, better players. But probably the best player at the Combine was actually the linebacker from Clemson. Isaiah Simmons just barely fell short of the all-time Combine record for a linebacker at the 40-yard dash. He ran a 4.39, and the record was a 4.38.
Who had that record?
I don't remember who it was. Isaiah Simmons is a beast of a man. Whoever picks him up, his stock just went up like 15 spots. Whoever picks him is gonna get a beast on defense. Yeah. He's a big man. Good size on him,
fast,
all muscle. Oh my God, he's going to be a beast. Then Ohio State's Davon Hamilton, defensive lineman, another guy out of Ohio State that pretty much went under the radar because of Chase Young. But as Joel Klatt said throughout the season, it was Superman and the Avengers on defense, which he got a lot of hate on social media for putting Superman and the Avengers together. But Davon Hamilton had 33 reps at 225 pounds, which was the most for any defensive lineman at the Combine. That is a lot of reps. But what might even be more impressive...
How about that punter?
Arizona State's punter, Michael Turk.
What, 25?
25 reps at 225. It was funny. If you go out there, you should all go out and watch the video of it. He goes out there and, his the guy that's behind all of them, what do they call it?
The spotter.
The spotter, thank you. Was standing there, not expecting much. This punter just gets down there, grabs the bar, and just starts going. Yeah. This spotter is standing there like,
why am I here?
Yes, go, let's go. Oh my God, kid, keep going. He's just, egging, because his job is kind of hype things up there because there's a small crowd. So, he's waving all the time like, yeah, come on, get some noise for this kid. Gets up to 25 reps. That is a lot of reps for a punter. Got the next Pat McAfee, right?
Oh, yes.
For those of you that don't know, Pat McAfee is the greatest punter of all time.
Oh, yes.
No question asked. All right, I think we're going to take a quick break. We are back. What a song. What a movie. I love them all.
Oh, man, I love Rocky.
Sends chills up your spine now, doesn't it?
I was so pissed off this morning. I couldn't find my Rocky shirt. I was so mad.
That's a real shame. Unfortunately, we don't have time to talk about you because we have sports.
Yeah, we got sports.
The NFL. All right. So the Colts said that it's speculated the Colts are the most likely landing spot for Phillip Rivers, but they're also interested in trading for Andy Dalton. What do you think of Andy Dalton? He's one of 6 quarterbacks since 2011 to have 30,000 yards, 200 touchdowns, and 70 wins. The only other guys on that list are Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and your own Big Ben.
I think Andy Dalton is good. He just had a pretty bad Bengals team behind him.
Yeah, that team behind him sucked.
No, they sucked bad.
But the devil from Cincinnati is going to ride somewhere else, and everybody knows it. Because the Bears and the Patriots are also eyeing Andy Dalton. Yeah. This kid's going to be hot on the market this year.
If one thing I gotta say, I'll throw this in here.
Go ahead.
If he does get traded to the Colts, he got to change up that hair color, man, because that will not match.
You want him to match his hair color, his natural hair color? Really?
It's red. I mean, it won't match. It matched with the Bengals. That was their
You're
color.
really gonna have this kid change his hair color just to match his
dye
team?
Blue.
You want him to dye? Oh my God, no. Okay, we're moving on. So the Patriots have yet to reach out to Tom Brady, although he did just have a conversation with Bill Belichick, which reports came out. The conversation did not go very well between the two. So he will enter free agency with the belief that he will play somewhere else next season. Out of the combine, Brady Quinn said he's heard rumors of Tom Brady getting moved to the Saints.
What?
Which I think could be kind of weird.
Yeah.
Since they have Drew Brees.
I would say so. And right now, Drew Brees is way better than Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, undoubtedly. I mean, stats prove it. You know, the eye test proves it. So I don't really know where they're going to go with that one. But
nowhere.
So with what we're hearing, Tom Brady does not, either he's playing this up and they're loving it, and he's going back, like, no questions asked, and they're just doing this for media, which they could totally be doing. It's New England. Obviously, that area loves sports news. Got to stay relevant during this time of the year. Boston Celtics are obviously doing good, but they got to keep their football relevant.
Yeah.
So they could just be doing this all for publicity and kind of messing up the free agency market, which, you know, a team like Bill Belichick would love to do, because Bill Belichick loves doing that kind of things, messing with other people's minds and stuff. And that's how he gets his advantages. But if he does not go back to the Patriots, where do you see him going?
Honestly, I have no idea. It'd be too weird to see him anywhere else.
It would be too weird. God, you know, I've been saying this whole offseason, I don't think he's going anywhere, but it looks like he's going somewhere else. The more and more farther we get into this, and he's not signing anything.
It would suck if he went somewhere else.
I know. He's been the face of that franchise for so long. You want to see him ride out into the sunset with that group, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. If he does go somewhere else, it's going to be so weird. I don't know. I think the rumor is L.A., the Chargers. So he gets to play in front of all 12 of their fans. Yeah. You know, so the LA Chargers and the Rams are still sharing a stadium next season, but it's the new stadium. Have you seen pictures of the new stadium they're building in LA?
Yeah.
It's shaped like the Rams logo.
Really?
Yes, it is shaped like the Rams logo.
Oh my God.
Poor Chargers, all 13 of their fans are absolutely devastated. Yeah, you know, you gotta throw shots at them. But like, no, that's just ridiculous, man. They can't even get their own stadium out there. It's almost like they should move back to San Diego.
They should.
I don't know why did they move out in the first place. I don't remember what it was. Probably money, because they want LA. Yeah. LA loves having multiple teams, so they can only root for one of them, and hopes that both. You know what they do? They have both out there in hopes that one of the teams will be good. So that they can make money.
Yeah.
Because you got one team out there and they suck, no one goes. You know, throw two teams out there.
Baseball teams.
That's why New York has two teams for basketball.
California's got multiple teams, not particularly.
Well, yeah, not all in one area.
Oakland,
but
and,
Oakland's not there anymore. Yeah. But then we got San Fran.
Yeah.
The Niners.
The Oakland A's?
Well, yeah, that's baseball.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, yeah, baseball. They got so many teams. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought you were still on football, because that would be the topic we're talking about right now. You know, you just got to throw off topic. But one thing that's got me riled up here, talking about the NFL draft, there's a very real possibility that the Redskins are going to move on from Dwayne Haskins and pick a quarterback with the second pick instead of Chase Young. Rumors are Tua Tagovailoa, the injured, the crippled. This guy gets injured every 6 games, and they want him? Are you serious? Like, all these analysts are saying that he's got a higher ceiling than Dwayne Haskins. I'm like, really? Are you sure about that?
This would be a bad move by the Redskins. Stick with Dwayne Haskins. Make him into a good quarterback.
It's whatever Ron Rivera wants. And
I know. Well,
there really isn't that much difference between the two. Their arms are about the same. They're both about the same when it comes to versatility. And Dwayne Haskins doesn't have the history of injuries.
Yeah. So why would you, if they're the same, why would you want to get the same person?
I don't understand.
This guy.
Yeah, let's get a short
Don't waste
lefty.
Your time.
Yeah, let's get a short lefty that has a history of injuries.
Yeah.
Because now you got to switch your entire offensive line, which they need to rebuild anyway.
You're wasting your time.
Wasting time, wasting money. When you could get Chase Young, who's actually going to affect your game the second he walks on the field. He walks on the field, that team changes.
Yes.
That's what happened to the 49ers. Granted, Jimmy G was out the last, 10 games of the season? Season before?
Couple seasons.
It was the season before, because then they got Nick Bosa, with the second pick last year, and they were in the Super Bowl. A defensive lineman that can cause chaos does so much more than a half-decent quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they're seeing to move on from Haskins, because he showed plenty of room for improvement last season.
Yes.
He constantly improved. If his wide receivers were
able to catch something.
Right, like a lot of those wide receivers sucked.
And you got old man Adrian Pearson. Nothing against Adrian Pearson.
Adrian Pearson's consistent, but he's not the explosiveness they need out of the backfield when you have an offensive line that struggles to protect the quarterback they did.
I mean, Darius Geis, he's always hurt. If he comes back healthy, maybe.
And they still have Alex Smith on their roster.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's just been injured. If he ever returns to football, he's still on their roster.
Well, then I would drop everybody and come on
He's
back.
still injured because he got his leg snapped in half, and that's never something to come back to football with. But Gordon Hayward just did it in basketball. But quarterbacks don't necessarily always come back from that injury. So they're still building for the future. But I want to take another quarterback already. Take somebody that's actually going to affect your team instantly. Because when you bring in a quarterback, you still need that 1-2 years to develop that guy.
Yes. And look,
and as a new head coach, you don't have 1 to 2 years.
No.
Pick a guy that's going to make an impact. Because if you can at least improve one side of your team, then maybe you don't make it as a head coach, but you'll get moved as a defensive coordinator or to one of the coordinator positions if they do decide to move on from you.
Yeah.
Like Freddie Kitchens, right? Wait, no. Freddie got moved to New York Giants, and he is a position coach there.
Yeah.
So, it didn't work out as head coach, but he still got a job doing something somewhere else because he was able to have at least this one area good. You know? It's all a matter of what can you do. Exactly. But there's also been some controversy and heated debates about this one going on. Tony Romo and CBS agree to a deal that will make him the highest paid NFL analyst in TV history at $17 million per year, which is what he was being paid in his final season at the Colts. Mike Thomas is pissed, though, because Romo will be paid more than 90% of the league.
Yeah. Odell Beckham, one of them.
Yeah,
throw him in there.
Odell's making 14.6, and the Browns might trade him. Yeah, which did just come out the other day. They would consider moving Odell Beckham if they were blown away by a trade offer. I don't think that's going to happen, but, I don't think anybody wants him.
Tony Romo absolutely deserves this. I
mean,
this guy
seriously? Come on.
Yes, this guy calls
He is a great analyst. He is a great analyst. I love how he sees plays before. $17 million is too much for an analyst.
Okay.
He doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, obviously you're not going to say no when someone throws a contract like that in front of you. And, that just means he has a really, really good agent, and I need to get in talks with his agent. Because that is what I want going forward. I'll take a quarter of that. Start off, I'll take a nice $4 million. But I don't think any analyst is worth $17 million. He brings a lot of eyeballs and a lot of knowledge to what you're watching. But I don't think it's $17 million.
Here's a question.
Go ahead.
Could Tony Romo be a head coach?
No.
No? Why do you say that?
One, because I don't think he wants to.
I don't think he wants to either. But
he sees enough out there. He doesn't. He knows the positions well enough where he probably could do it. Not at the NFL level, but probably at a smaller college.
Yeah.
He would have no problems doing it. But later on, he could be one hell of a quarterback's coach. With the way he sees that field, if he just wants to go out there, he could tell those kids exactly what to do, exactly what to look for.
He could.
Because during the season, Dwayne Haskins had some issues not being able to see what the defense was doing. So he went up to his offensive lineman veterans to ask, what can I do to make this better? Because they're just blowing through this line every time. How do I do better to make your guys' job easier? And they were just like, kid, there's nothing we can do here. They're sending 7 guys. There's only 5 of us. I wish we could, but, it just ain't working. Speaking of more quarterbacks, though, since that's pretty much where we are right now. It's quarterback season.
Quarterbacks, yes.
Yeah, we're in the off season. Big quarterbacks. That's what everybody wants to hear. Jameis Winston. Last season played through a torn meniscus and a broken thumb. He got LASIK this offseason, so now his eyesight's better. He can actually be mobile. And since, his thumb will be injured, he'll be able to throw the ball more accurately. And last season, he led the league in passing yards, second in touchdowns, and, of course, number one in interceptions because he went 30 for 30 there. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
Yes.
What do you think of him? Do you think whoever gets him is going to be fine?
I talked about him a couple of times.
I think we talked about it last week or the week before. It's all about who he goes around.
Yeah.
Who they put around him.
Yeah. I think he has the potential to be
a star?
Yeah.
Do you think he could be a star?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I could.
I
really
feel the same about that. I didn't. He got a lot of hate last season. I was probably one of those haters. Like, oh my god, look at this guy.
At Florida State, I think he could very much return to what his days were like at Florida State.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's still got the potential. He's still young enough that he can. If he moves out of here, he can make a name for himself somewhere.
Yes, he could.
So Joe Burrow, Bengals pretty much locked in at this point. They're taking him number 1 overall, and this made it more clear. He said he wanted the Bengals to franchise tag AJ Green for next season, and you know what? They did.
They did.
So I think it's pretty obvious who they're taking number 1.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question anymore at this.
No, there isn't.
But there is a question for the Jaguars: Gardner Minshew versus Nick Foles.
Oh, man.
They announced that they are going to start Gardner and trade Nick Foles away. That massive contract that he signed last season. What was it, a 4-year deal?
Yes. How much was it?
It was like $30 million a year, I think. It was insane for a guy that really never started.
I'm going to go into great.
Go ahead.
Oh, my God. Okay. Gardner Minshew. Okay, Minshew Magic. What are they calling him? This guy has great...
Minshew Mania.
Minshew Mania. This guy has showed signs of flash. Okay, he's going to be good in this league, but I would not replace him of MVP quarterback, Super Bowl quarterback Nick Foles. I mean,
here's where you're wrong.
There's no way. Maybe in a couple years I would, but I'd go with the vet. Okay, I'd go with the guy who got the Super Bowl.
All right, so. Here's some stats for you, since I'm more of a stat guy here. He's 31 years old, which is getting kind of old for a quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. Not too old.
Not too old,
but not something you want to work to build your team around, which is what they need, since they've got rid of all those defensive backs that led them to a playoff berth just a few years ago. All of those guys are gone.
Bowie is gone.
A.J. Bowie was the last of the 7 guys on that defense to get moved out. So, statistically, Nick Foles played 4 games last year. 65.8% completion percentage, 736 yards, average 184 a game, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Not a lot. So, they moved on. They went to Gardner Minshew. In 14 games, 470 attempts, 285 completions at a 60.6 completion percentage. Little under Nick, but he's younger. He's only 23 years old.
Okay.
Threw for 3,271 yards in the season, 233 yards per game, 21 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Man had the touchdown to interception ratio you want, 3-1, and had a 91.2 rating for quarterback. Nick Foles had an 84.6. Statistically, it's Gardner Minshew. The eye test, it's Gardner Minshew. Building a team, it's Gardner Minshew.
But
you're taking Nick Foles because he had a magical moment in Eagles territory.
It's not just that Super Bowl game, though. Like, that dude took over that whole playoffs. Nobody even thought they would go to the Super Bowl if they had Carson Wentz.
Everybody can show signs. Doesn't mean you're going to make it long term, though.
You got a point there.
Look at Cardale Jones.
Yeah,
Cardale Jones took over Ohio State in those last 3 games and won a national title.
And now he's thrown 4 interceptions in the XFL.
Yeah. And then put up 0 points the next week. So,
you're changing me
clearly
a little bit here.
A one-hit wonder. Nick Foles was a one-hit wonder. And I will stand by that. I don't think he has done enough in his career to warrant them not moving on. Okay. I don't know. That's just where I stand on it. But we're at 3:45. I think we're going to take a break, come back.
Another break?
Yeah,
What do we got?
we nailed through that NFL section, so we're going to come back. We got some NBA in store for you.
Man.
We have our weekly award coming up.
My Meathead of the Week
Meathead
award.
of the Week award.
This one's going to be great this week.
We got some YSU sports.
Oh, man. We got to talk
basketball is doing pretty good.
That.
Track and field, we'll get into that a little bit. I was at the events going on over the weekend, but we will talk about that coming up here shortly.
And we are back at the Casual Sports Podcast. Alec, why don't you bring us in here on these topics?
Us in? All right. Before we get any further, though, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Casual Sports Report and interact with us live during the show using the hashtag CSR2020 on Twitter. So, first up, we have our weekly award so far.
Man.
You know? And we love the name of it. It is
Meathead of the Week.
Meathead of the Week.
Yeah. All right, Matt, why don't you take us away? Who wins the award this week? Do we have any candidates first?
No.
Really?
This
okay.
was
well, no. I think there was two. One of them was the reporter we talked about earlier.
Reporter.
Definitely a big meathead moment there.
Meathead.
I don't know if that. Yeah, I think that qualifies for meathead. But I think the one that you're awarding the award to this week is the biggest one. Take it away.
All right. Drum roll, please. The meathead of the week is the whole Knicks team. Okay.
Not the team. The franchise.
The franchise.
The organization. James Dolan.
The Knicks had an incident with their most loyal fan, Spike Lee, who's been going to the games 30-plus years and spent over $10 million on tickets.
I believe it's $30,000 a year. He spends on season tickets.
Oh, geez.
Courtside season tickets.
There was an incident with the entrance that he has been using for the past 30 years. After he went through it, they told him that he wasn't allowed and wanted to kick him out. That's just... You guys are on crack. Why would you tell him to get out?
The issue was that Spike Lee has apparently been going through the employees-only entrance, employees and athletes and media. He is supposed to be going through the VIP entrance. So after he had entered the building, got his ticket scanned, they said, "Sir, you can't come in this way. We need you to leave and go through the other entrance." He's like, "No, because I know how sporting events work. I've been coming here long enough. Once you leave a sporting event, your ticket can't be rescanned. I'm not going anywhere. I'm already in the building."
Yeah.
He's like, "I was just here half a week ago, and I used the same entrance. What's the issue now?"
Yeah, I have no idea.
The Knicks made a statement, but no one really cares because they're the Knicks and they're the most. Yeah. They may not be the worst team in the league right now, but it's the worst franchise that no one really cares about.
No one cares.
At least the Cavs and the Warriors get more storylines.
We got somebody in the studio here who didn't even think the Knicks were a team.
Yeah, no, we've some of us.
I agree with that.
Yeah, our friend here over here is like, "Oh my god!" Until RJ Barrett had a nice game the other day, I was like, I completely forgot they were a franchise. Yeah. Which it's pretty easy to do.
By the way, Spike Lee is not coming back for the rest of the season.
Spike Lee said, "I'm taking the rest of the season off."
Yeah.
Which, congratulations, Knicks! You just lost your most loyal fan.
Yeah.
Out of all 13 that come to your games, now you only have 12.
Yep.
Congratulations. But moving on to YSU sports, basketball teams entered the Horizon League Conference tournament. Women's basketball did not fare so hot.
No.
They faced the number 6 Cleveland State Vikings and lost bad.
Number 8 seed.
Yeah, no, the women were number 7. Vikings were number 6.
Okay.
They lost 84-48.
Oh, jeez.
It was a good season. There was some room for improvement. We had a lot of injuries this year, though. Yeah. So it was. They'll be able to turn around next. We showed signs of life for next season.
Yes.
That's really all you can say about it.
This men's team.
Men's basketball team, however.
The whole game.
Losing the whole game. And they came back, beat the number 8 Milwaukee Panthers. They were the number 5 ranked Youngstown State Penguins. They won 63-57. Because of that, they will now advance into the tournament. They will be going
Flames.
to number 4 University of Illinois Chicago in Chicago.
Flames.
Yes, the Flames. Hopefully we can win it. But one of our members did make, I believe, his first team All-Horizon.
Darius Quisenberry
had 41 points a few nights ago. Not last night. Last night he only had 12. But obviously good performance by it was a team performance. Yes. That's what you need to win games like this. When you aren't doing hot for a whole game, you need a team performance to win it, and that's exactly what they did last night.
And that's what they need to do throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah,
you win as a team.
Exactly.
Okay?
one guy performances are great, but to consistently win at this kind of game, you need a team. That's exactly what they did last night.
There's no I in team. That's been used.
But there is a me. Quoting the late great Kobe Bryant. But, that wasn't the only thing going on in YSU sports. Congratulations to both the men's and women's indoor track and field teams on once again winning the Horizon League tournament.
Alec, you got a chance to get out there and
I was there
that.
for the first day of the conference tournaments. I was filming. It was pretty fun. I didn't think that there would be such a good atmosphere inside of a track event. I was honestly pleasantly surprised watching the events for the day. I found it quite enjoyable the whole time.
I bet you did.
Yeah, it's amazing watching the YSU men's. I don't know who it was on our men's team. Man was faster than lightning. Oh my god! And I saw him it was like the Fort, whatever it is. It's like the 60 meter or whatever they do in college. I don't remember exactly what it was. I couldn't hear the PA announcers for it.
I would have loved to go out there and check that out.
Yeah, no, I would definitely recommend it next season for people that haven't seen it. At least go out, try and watch one of the big tournaments that come to town. You can normally find out when they're happening, but it was really fun to go to. I definitely recommend it. Surprisingly, I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I did. Well,
Yeah. Next topic.
We're moving on. All right. Well, congratulations to all Youngstown State teams for their season so far. Round of applause. Yeah. Great job, boy. Now, men's basketball.
March Madness run, baby.
Time for the big run. Let's take it all the way, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so we're going to move on to NBA. So LeBron James said during the offseason he had a few of his friends over at the apartment at his house back in I believe it was back in Cleveland.
Yeah.
He had Darius Garland over, and he was surprised because Darius Garland was spending more time with Bronny than he was with LeBron. And he was just like, I forgot that there's this much of an age difference. And for those of you that don't know, LeBron is 35 years old. Darius Garland is 20. And Bronny is 15. So there was an incident at the house. It was nothing major, of course. It was all in good fun. So Bronny and Garland are playing video games there. And there was a few other guys. This wasn't LeBron didn't say who it was that was playing.
Yeah.
I mean that said this to his wife Savannah. So she had brought in some appetizers and whatnot for
some drinks.
For I'm gonna say the kids. For the kids. LeBron's probably sitting there sipping wine like, I don't know where I went wrong here. Where are my adult friends at? Where's the banana boat? Where's the banana boat crew? Yeah. So one of the people who shall not be named said, thank you, Auntie Savannah. She was not too pleased with that, but it really brings into perspective just the age difference with these guys. Kevin Porter Jr. for the Cavs is 19 years old.
And he's balling.
So is Zion. Zion's 19. Luka just had his 21st birthday.
Are you kidding?
There's a 14-year gap between Luka Doncic and LeBron James.
Oh, my God.
Just completely put everything into proportion. I was like, oh, my God, LeBron really has been running this league for a long time.
What about Sexton? How old is he?
Sexton, I think he's 21 as well. Yeah, not exact. Yeah, he's 21. So is Kobe White. He's 21 as well. White. Yeah.
Bulls.
Yeah, but I mean.
Oh my God, Auntie, can I have more Kool-Aid? It's like Auntie Savannah. Can I have some
Auntie Savannah?
Can I have some more juice?
Apparently she was not too pleased with being called Auntie Savannah.
I would have been mad too, man.
LeBron didn't say what happened after that, but I think he said he said someone. LeBron was probably sitting there laughing, just
he was cracking up in that interview.
He probably had his hand over his mouth and was just like,
it's
dying over there. Because when one of his teammates or something, or somebody misses a dunk, and you see them all over on the bench chuckling, but he hides behind one of his other teammates so nobody sees him. Also going to LeBron. They just put out a list of the total points in a single playoff series top 25. So that is the amount of points you score for an entire playoff run for a single year. LeBron made the list 5 times. He's a fifth of the top scoring. Kawhi was also on there once or twice. I think it was the...
But 5 times?
5 times. That's insane.
That is insane.
Kobe and Jordan each made it 3 times. The fact that he's got 2 more than both of those guys... That's crazy.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, it just shows you how consistent that guy comes and how much different he is when he goes playoff mode. What does he call it? Zero Dark 30?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think that's what he's called it. Crazy. LeBron's crazy. But also, LeBron just keeps making records and stuff. LeBron had his 33rd career 30-point triple-double. He is the most all-time behind Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson And he now has the most 30-point triple-doubles after turning 35. He has 3. The rest of the NBA in total only has 2. One of them coming from Larry Bird and the other from the late, great Kobe Bryant.
Oh, my gosh.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
And that's not where LeBron's stats stop. LeBron is going to lead the league in assists in his 17th season, currently averaging 10.7 assists per game on the number 2 team in the NBA.
And that's how you win games, too, making assists, okay?
Facilitating is the biggest way to make an impact. Points are great and all, but if you have a person go 15 points with 15 assists, congratulations, you just you just had 45 points in total. That is half of a team's points.
LeBron makes his whole team way better because of his play, including his passing skills, his assists.
Oh, yeah. And not only is he leading the league in assists, the next guy closest to him is the young Trae Young with 9.3. So by 1.4 assists, which most people don't think is a lot, but when you're taking the whole season into account, that is a lot. Because this man can average a triple-double for the season, which he might just go and do. Which is just, for a guy in his 17th season to be the washed king, I'll take the Wash King still. Yeah. A lot of people are just like, you know what? He's getting up there. I don't think I want him to, have it being in my franchise anymore.
Get out of here.
Get that weak stuff out of here.
Yeah, get that weak stuff out of here.
Yeah, give me LeBron any day of the week. I'm taking LeBron. Although, don't take any credit away from Anthony Davis, because he's having one heck of a season. I think he's averaging 26 points, and LeBron's averaging 25.
Well, Dwight Howard also.
Howard's doing good on the rebounding side. Yes. JaVale's also up there in blocks as well. JaVale, I believe, also has averaging like 10.6 rebounds per game.
Rajon Rondo, another guy.
Playoff Rondo is starting to come out a little bit early.
He's a great passer, too.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that last week, but I think he might be one of the best passers in the league, underrated at his position. But we're going to keep talking about the Lakers because they're just so much fun, and they seem to make all the news in the league. LeBron versus Zion. We had part 2 go down, round 2 of the match. The Lakers swept the Pelicans on the season. Out of the 4 games they played, they won every single one of them. No surprise that Zion was only there for 2 of them, in which the first game obviously had a good game, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Second game had his career high points, but 35 points, 7 rebounds. LeBron had 34 points, 13 assists, 12 rebounds in his 17th season. And the big criticism I have for Zion Williamson, I am a supporter.
First of all,
I think he's going to do very well in this league. I'm just going to put that out there. I think he's going to do very well in this league, but I don't think he's going to do as well as everybody says he is, because if you look at the assist column for those 2 games, the first matchup he had 3. The second one, 0.
How many did LeBron have in that game?
In the second game, I believe it was 13 assists.
13.
So maybe he scored 1 more point, but all those assists add up to a win.
Yes.
You cannot win the game without facilitating.
Yes.
That's how it works. You know what? You have to have guys out there to facilitate the ball. And if you don't have good ball movement, you don't win games.
Exactly.
And no NBA player should have an excuse to go out there and play 30-plus minutes and have a 0 in any stat category besides blocks and steals. Because those don't always come into your position to where you are in the game. That's sometimes chance, positioning. But those 3 main categories for assist, rebounds, and points, no NBA player should ever have a 0 when they play 30-plus minutes. I think that was just ridiculous. I still think he's going to do just fine. He had a lot of free throws in that game, though. Once again, had a lot of free throws. I think he was 9 of 11 at the free throw line. So take that as what you will. It's funny, though, because the entire season, he has had a pretty abysmal free throw percentage. I believe we said 63? It last week, 63%. But he, whenever he seems to face, when they need him the most, he
makes them.
He steps up on the free throw line when they need him the most, really. I mean, he will get to that line a lot, which I don't really like. I don't think players should be getting points there. But, if the defense wants to give up free points there, go ahead. Sometimes I think the refs are a little too, I don't know what the word is. They tend to give out that whistle. They blow that whistle a little too often, I think, though. They're a little soft.
They are.
It's kind of ridiculous. Definitely annoying me was during the round 2 of this matchup here. We were getting down there in the third and fourth quarter, and the Lakers went on like a 20-6 run, and then the Pelicans came right back. But it seemed like every single time the Lakers went on a run, there just seemed to be a ton of random penalties that didn't really look like penalties on the Lakers, and then Pelicans just drew right back in.
Yep. It was a good game. I liked that game.
Oh, yeah, they were both so much fun to watch. I'm almost sad that that's going to be the last we see.
Yeah. You're going on the Zion side. I'm still on the bandwagon. I still think he's a bust. I mean, I'm going to stick with it, okay?
All right. So, I mean, do you want another Zion stat? Because I love my stats here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Zion Williamson has had, I believe we're at 11 now, but 10 straight 20-plus point games. He's the only player in NBA history to do that before turning 20 years old.
Okay, this guy, he's having a
walking bucket. Yeah. Let's put it that way. He's a walking bucket. There's no denying that he can score.
He's having a flashy start, okay? But, he can also change my mind, too. I think this guy needs to, maybe chop down on that weight because, I mean, you look at it at Duke, I mean, the guy busts right through his shoe. I mean, he weighs 284
I mean,
pounds,
that was just momentum. They came out and said that there was a issue with the shoe itself. That it's just bad production from the child laborers in China, which
it wasn't all the shoe. Okay?
It wasn't all the shoe. He creates a lot of force with the way he moves, and that can be bad on your joints.
It could.
Just ask Shaq.
Yeah,
Shaq could have had a really strong last half of the career if he wasn't.
He could,
but he was such a big guy, and that's just who he was. That's how he played. That most of that was still muscle. It's not like Shaq was a fat guy until he got later in his career when the muscle started breaking down from injury after injury after injury. Yeah. The bodies just can't handle it. But I saw this question on radio on a TV show this morning. It was, who would you rather take to do your franchise with right now, Luka Doncic or Zion Williamson?
Well, you know what I said, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and you know what? That is the correct answer.
It is.
They were most of those guys on the show were saying Zion.
No.
And I just went, no. And one of them said, I believe it was Max Kellerman.
Oh, figures.
Yeah. No, Max Kellerman was the one that made sense.
Really?
He's like, you know what?
Finally.
I believe it was him that actually had the good point for once. Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah, he has a good one every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. It's like a once in a blue moon thing.
Right, yeah. Once in a blue moon, he actually says something smart. But he was like, in case of an injury, Zion doesn't have an outside shot. At the moment, he will develop that. I don't think there's going to be much of a question. He'll get that coming out here shortly.
Yeah.
LeBron didn't have one coming into the league. Jordan didn't have one coming into the league. Kobe's wasn't that great coming into the league.
No.
You know what? They developed that.
They were all dunks.
When you can drive that close to the rim, you don't need to shoot.
No.
You know what? But his main thing was, in case of if you look at these guys, if someone gets injured, if Zion gets injured and can no longer play above the rim, he's got nothing.
Perfect.
He's not a passer.
Yeah. Another guy that transformed from that dunker to the shooter, Vince Carter, man. He was all about dunks. And,
Vince Carter, too,
insanity. He became a good three-point shooter, jumper shooter.
It's one of those things you have to learn, which they all do. We're moving to that point in the league anyway, so. Yeah. But, like, someone had made the sense, like, well, Tim Duncan didn't need to be able to facilitate the ball. He just went in there and dominated the paint. I'm like, yes, but we're not playing that league anymore.
No.
We're in a different league now. You can't play that style. Tim Duncan would not be, I don't want to say as successful, but I don't think he would be as successful if he had came into the league right now. Yeah, it's just one of those things. If Zion can no longer play above the rim with his hops, if he has a bad knee injury to the point where he doesn't necessarily have the confidence to go back up there and do it again, he doesn't have the other assets because he can rebound, but that's because he out-jumps guys.
Like, all he relies on is his dunking and, rebounding.
Which is fine until you
get hurt.
If you get hurt, and that's the big if.
Yeah, the big
if you get hurt to a position where it makes it hard to come back to something, like a dunk or rebounds, blocking, what he's known for right now
is that.
And Luka can. If that happens to Luka, you know what? He's got the outside shot. He's got the ability to move the ball around.
Yeah.
And no matter what, he's not playing above the rim. He can still, even after an injury, you still see guys being able to drive into the lane and make a layup. He has all of the pieces you need to stay successful no matter what happens to you.
They had been staying successful.
Yeah. He sat out the other game, and a name that most people forgot.
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis. Yeah. 38 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks after he sat out one game. So
they have the talent.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. I don't think they're... Are they in playoff position this year? I think they're fifth.
Yeah, they are.
I believe.
They are.
Give me a second. I'll look it up.
He left New York, right? For Porzingis?
Yeah. He left New York.
I think that's what...
Yeah, I was just trying to think if it was a trade, but I don't think he may have requested a trade, but I think he left in the offseason. Yeah. Okay, so they're currently 7th in the Western Conference. They're actually facing the Pelicans tonight.
Ooh, that'd be
so we'll get to see Lucas. We'll get to see Lucas Zion. That's on ESPN tonight at 9:30. Oh, great, it's another late one. But I'm getting tired of these 9:30, 10:30 games. Like, it's finishing up at midnight, and it's like, oh man, I gotta go. I got a 9 a.m. class. I think you got an 8 a.m. And I'm just like,
9 a.m. tomorrow. Yep.
Oh boy. Some of those late games, it hurts us people on the east side of the world here.
It does.
Oh, man. Where were we? Oh, yeah, so the Mavericks. I mean, good team. I like them. They can make a pretty good run. They got the pieces for it.
I believe so.
If they come together towards the end of the season, obviously the bottom few teams of the Western Conference all up for grab. I think 6 and under. 6, 7, and 8.
Are the Suns still in that contention there?
The Suns?
Yeah.
The Suns are 13th. They are...
How many games back?
6.5.
Oh, okay.
I believe. Yeah, 6.5 games, which is still fine.
Yeah.
Honestly...
I'd love to see Booker in the playoffs, man.
Really, the only teams that are out of it are Golden State and the Timberwolves.
Oh, jeez. Really?
Yeah. Timberwolves are 18 and 42. They're... how many games back are they? They're... just over 10. They're like 12 almost. 12 games back. You can do it, but it's just that's a little far asking to stay consistent for that long when you haven't been all season.
True.
But one team we wanted to turn it around and make NBA history. The Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs, led by Greg Popovich, are trying to beat the longest consecutive playoff appearance streak in basketball history, not just NBA. This is all of basketball. Yeah. They are tied at 22 consecutive playoff appearances with the Syracuse Nationals, who are now known as the Philadelphia 76ers, whose streak began all the way back in 1950. Currently, the Spurs are in 12th place in the West and 4 games back from the 8th seed. I'd love to see that Spurs team I would love to see Popovich lead another team.
That streak survive.
Give my man Popovich another one.
Yeah.
Put him in the history books. Hands down, the greatest coach of all time.
Oh, pretty much.
I don't think you can make an argument for the head coach.
Like
what was it, Paul? No.
The Bulls coach.
Bulls coach, and
Phil
then he
Jackson.
went to Phil Jackson. Didn't he also coach the Lakers?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd also throw in.
But I mean, look at who he had.
Yeah.
Greg Popovich has not always had consistent players.
No, he
got him there.
He took all the
Look who it was last year. Last year was not a good team, and they still made it. Yeah, they got eliminated.
Yeah, still made it.
They took, I don't remember who it was, maybe the Nuggets or the Jazz to like 7 games in one of the rounds. So it's not like they were a bad team last year. No. They got it. They can do it. I really hope they do.
Yeah. And I mean, back in the day, Tony Parker and what's his name? Ginobili. They weren't big names.
No, they weren't big names until Popovich made them big names.
Yeah, started winning championship. Tim Duncan in there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And how about Tim Duncan coaching the game?
Yeah, Tim Duncan had to step in for Greg Popovich, who had to sit out for personal reasons. He had some family issues to deal with, I believe it was. Tim Duncan now 1-0 as a head coach.
All right.
They beat Charlotte Hornets 104-103. Obviously a little closer than you'd like to see, but it worked. Wins is all that matters.
That's all that matters.
All that matters is you win. It doesn't matter how you get there. As long as you don't cheat like the Astros.
Just gotta get that dub.
Yep, just gotta get that dub. But so the Lakers fared pretty well against the Pelicans. However, they did not fare so well against the Memphis Grizzlies the other night. No. So did you see what happened with Ja Morant? So, some dude on Twitter announced, he said, I missed when Ja was playing with that fire in his eyes. I don't think he has it anymore. At the beginning of the season, he was playing great, and now he doesn't. So, the Memphis Grizzlies destroyed the Lakers 105-88.
Wow.
In which Ja Morant, 27 points and 14 assists with 6 rebounds as well.
There we go. How many assists?
14.
14. That's how you win the game.
And that's at a minimum 28 points. So, in total, 56 points?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I'll take it.
I think that's 56. Don't quote my math on that. That's quick math that I'm not doing.
So, Zion's definitely going to win Rookie of the Year. Oh, yeah, definitely.
No.
Yeah. No. John Morant.
Because you know what? Zion would give you the 27 points and 14 rebounds with 3 assists. And that would make SportsCenter.
Yeah.
John Morant, 27 points, 14 rebounds, barely got talked about. Yeah.
The
media is pushing Zion for Rookie of the Year.
That's bull
John
crap.
Morant has been doing this all season, time and time again. And after the game, they had a conference like, so what was different tonight? How'd you dominate so much? He's like, some guy on Twitter said I didn't have a fire in my eye. I saved your tweet. Man came back with a vengeance. Now the Lakers had a terrible night shooting that night.
Geez.
LeBron James was the leading scorer and had 19 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. Once again, still almost had a triple double.
Almost.
And then Anthony Davis had 15 points, 4 assists, and 9 rebounds. But no one really did anything that night. It was not a great night for them.
Yeah.
But John Morant though, he came out and said, frankly, I don't care who wins Rookie of the Year. That's not what I'm here to play.
I'm here for...
So he's focused on getting that ring. You know who's the 8th seed right now? It's him. You know who's not? It's not Zion.
It's not Zion. No. It's John Morant.
It's the Rookie of the Year. John Morant. I don't care who the award goes to at the end of the year now.
It's John Morant.
My Rookie of the Year is John Morant.
My Rookie of the Year is John Morant.
2019-2020 season Rookie of the Year, John Morant. Yeah. And that's the way it should be.
Yes.
But we're still not done with the Lakers because they continue to make more news.
They continue to make more news. Even if they lose, they're making news.
They met with Deion Waiters on Tuesday.
And they also
they're going to work out with J.R. Smith. The Henny God is coming back. Might come back to the NBA.
No shirt, J.R. Come back.
Oh, boy. Imagine what LeBron's feeling right now.
Oh, man.
He's like, last time I saw you, you cost me a ring.
Oh, man.
You made a good rebound, but then...
You're like, LeBron's like, oh my God, what are you doing?
He's like, you just gotta throw that shot up, you know? Oh, man.
Resurgence.
I know. Deion, they're both good assets there because they need a guy that's going to be able to just come in and, shoot the ball.
Yep.
That's what they want. They want shooters on the outside because Danny Green and Avery Bradley both been delivering out there the whole second half of the season. Now they got Markieff Morris coming in there. He's hit some nice threes. Yeah. They're doing that's what they want. They want these guys from 3 so that they can take LeBron and AD and Dwight and JaVale and just destroy the paint. That's what they want. That's what they're trying to spread the floor so that they can just dominate the paint, and that's how they're going to win. And the only team that can match up against that's doing something similar is the Bucks.
Yeah. With the Greek Freak. And their big guys in there just do so well. Yeah,
then you got Pat Connaughton and Middleton out there that are just going to drain every 3 that if you leave them open, it's gone. It's not even a question. They're probably the most underrated 3-point shooters out there.
They are.
Because they can just ball out night in, night out. Sometimes they get a little inconsistent in the playoffs, but you know what? That happens. All right. So I believe that's the end of the Lakers talk for today. Yeah. And lasted a good 25 minutes.
Let's jump over to Bradley Beal.
Beal. Once again, had another hot game. This was a few days ago, so he's had a few games since. So he had 2 straight 50-point games. Then he got drug tested by the league in one of their random drug tests. Random my rear end.
Yeah.
And then after that, he dropped 42 on him. Yeah. And then they lost again. How? Oh, that's just ridiculous. Poor kid.
He needs to get out of there. Go to a different team.
They're good when John Wall's there, too.
They're good
when it's John Wall and Bradley Beal running the floor. They're great.
Click. But
they work together, but John Wall's hurt every year.
Yeah.
There's another issue and another issue.
I don't even remember the last time I saw John Wall play. I think LeBron was still in Cleveland.
I think the last time I saw him, I think it was LeBron. It was the Cavs versus the Wizards in the NBA playoffs was the last time I saw, at least personally saw him on national television.
Yeah. I
believe LeBron swept them. Or it was like, it wasn't a close series is all I know. They may have picked off one win, but I don't think they got any more than that.
No.
All right. So, we got other rookies doing stuff. Not just Zion, not just Ja. How about Kobe White?
Kobe White
becomes the first Bulls rookie since the GOAT, Michael Jordan to score 33-plus points in 3 straight games. Go Kobe White.
Yeah. Also came out in North Carolina. Like Michael Jordan.
Both out of UNC. Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think of Kobe White?
I like Kobe White.
I haven't gotten to see too much of him, but that's just promise.
I think
the Bulls will probably go and screw it up and trade him away in 2 years, because that seems to be what they do. They end up pissing off their stars and they leave.
Yeah.
Sounds like another organization we know, but we're not going to name any names right now.
Cleveland. I get one.
Yeah, you got your Cleveland shirt on. Yeah,
yep.
We know.
We know.
Oh, my God. But I do kind of want to talk about the future of the NBA. So we got some nice draft classes coming up, and we got a lot of good rookies right now, which we just talked about. But like one of our rookies, not rookie anymore, but young guys, and really has kind of no one talks about anymore, who's still delivering night in, night out, Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
Everyone forgets about him because there's Nikola Jokic on this. Is that the same team? Remember, I'm mixing teams up now. Yeah, no, same team. Wait, no.
Who's Jokic for? Nuggets?
Jokic is Nuggets.
Yeah,
He's on the Donovan is Jazz with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
So
who does he got with him? Jordan Clarkson.
And Jordan Clarkson, who's been balling out since he left Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, he balled out the day he left Cleveland.
Yeah. He balled out the last game in Cleveland.
I know.
Dude.
I was at that, and he dropped
33
points, and then he sent it out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
He was. Moving on. But future most exciting prospects. Obviously, everybody knows the big names: the O'Neals, the Wades, the James coming out. Some of the other guys, though, that are going to make a name for themselves. We got Amoni Bates
me about that,
and Mikey Williams.
Who's the 15-year-old that was balling out?
That was Mikey Williams. Mikey Williams has right now. He's also got a huge social media presence.
Oh, man.
And kid's balling out of control. He's in high school. He's a freshman in high school, and he's balling out. It's not this classes we have coming up. This won't be. He's not until the 2024 class with LeBron. I mean, yeah, with LeBron James Jr. It's gonna be so weird once he gets to the league. LeBron James Jr. God, yeah, we're just gonna have to go by Bronny. Okay, yeah. I understand why. It's just too weird. He's not wearing the same number. I was like, no. I don't want to be like too closely compared to my dad. All right, entering from Akron, Ohio, some random kid named LeBron James Jr. Who is this kid? Because that's totally gonna work. But no, Mikey Williams, Amoni Bates. We got some draft classes that could change the way the NBA is played. These kids right now have the same talent as some of the lower level rookies in the NBA right now. They're just that good. And it's also possible that these kids won't go to college basketball.
Really?
Well, yeah. There's been a lot of talk that the better option for these players, because of the way games, this is all working.
It's not a rule, though. Don't you have to go play one season of college?
You don't have to go to college. You just have to wait a year. They can go overseas, much like LaMelo. Okay. LaMelo just went overseas, is coming back to be a top 3 pick in the draft.
But I'd love to see Bronny Jr. in college.
If you can get to one of those big name universities like Duke or UNC, Kansas, obviously you go there. Because you're going to be able to get your name out there. Yep. But when you go to a school, sorry to say it, but like Youngstown State, if that's the kind of school that offers you, it's almost better for you to go overseas if they will offer you. You know, there's so many leagues over there in Europe, and you don't have to be nearly as good, but you're going to start playing with guys that are in similar situations that your teammates in the NBA will be. Because, you know, you go to college, you're playing with a bunch of other 20-year-olds. When you go overseas, you're playing with guys in their 30s. And that's how you can learn how to build that chemistry.
And then you'll come into the NBA being...
And it's not like you're playing with guys that have that much more experience than you. I mean, you're like,
you'll be used to the game.
I'm used to the difference in our experience levels here.
And you'll jam
up. You know what? We might be seeing a change here in the next few years. I know the NBA has also talked about lowering the age back to 18 for NBA drafts, so you don't have to do the college thing again, which they probably need to do at this point because we don't know what the NCAA is going to be doing in the next few years. They are having some issues, especially with basketball.
They are.
But, you know, we got a pretty big matchup. I believe it's tonight. It is... Hold on, let me find it here. Apparently not. I don't know where it was. That's what I'm talking about. James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo got in some heat the other day on just when talking to the press. Well, I shouldn't say Giannis was. James Harden was talking smack on the big guy. So, did you see what happened?
Yes, I saw that.
So, for those of you that don't know, though, James Harden made some comments about how he thinks he's a better player than Giannis.
Yeah,
and he's like, you know what? If I was, you know... When you're 7 foot tall, you don't need skill to play the game of basketball. Yeah. And then Giannis dropped the 40-20 game. 40 points, 20 rebounds. You know, just No skill needed though, right? Just all the size. But Giannis came back and was just like, yeah, I don't really care what he says.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm here to play basketball. I'm gonna go win games. Maybe I don't need skill, but I'm winning. So I don't really care. I'm not here to talk smack, which has actually been Giannis's motto the whole time. Is like come to the NBA. He's like, I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to win championships. I came here to be the greatest of all time. And you know what? He's got the mentality for it. Do you got the quote? The exact quote?
I'm just gonna have to Google it.
Oh, okay. Well, I think. What do you think of the whole situation, regardless of getting the quote or not? Do you think Giannis has no skill, or is he just all size?
This guy has all the skill. Okay.
Have you seen him?
Some size.
He's getting that 3-point shot.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the handles because you're right. He does have the size. You know what?
Yeah, he can reach over guys.
What are we gonna say? Shaq sucked because he didn't have skill?
No.
You know what skill he had? It's called a massive shoulder that he just plowed into you again and again and again and again, and then he threw it on your head. You know what? That doesn't make you a bad player. It means you know how to work with what you got.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
And James Harden, has a few things against him.
Here it is.
Got it?
I wish I could just run and be 7 feet and just dunk. Harden. What else? Like, that takes no skill at all. I have to actually learn how to play basketball and to have skill. I'd take that
You ever
any
seen
day.
Giannis's first step?
No.
Giannis's first step, is about 8 feet and also faster than lightning.
And by the way, James Harden, does it really take skill to travel? Like you travel every
man.
game.
It's like
you take 3 steps back.
I'm gonna take a triple step back and
I can
and
shoot.
then brick a 3.
Yeah.
Remember at the beginning of the season, he was trying to do this one-handed 3-point running shot from the corner.
Yeah.
How did that one turn out?
Travel?
I think he missed every single one he ever took, and then he stopped doing it. He's like, I was trying to make a signature shot.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to travel.
But I'm not good, so I'm just going to go back to the step back 3.
Yeah.
He's a good athlete. I mean, I was going to say he's not a good basketball player.
I think he's a little fool of himself a little bit.
He makes, a lot of those guys make a fool of themselves because they're trying to make stories. Because the NBA, while being a basketball organization, is in the business of entertainment. And that's what they're there for. That's what we're here for. And without these stories, you know what? That's how you stay relevant. Maybe you're not doing the best. Maybe your team's not winning championships, but you stay relevant by causing these stories, and that's exactly what he's trying to do.
Yep.
Okay, but that's not all. We got another young guy.
Yeah,
another one. And another one. And another one. We got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's not a rookie anymore. But he's leading the Oklahoma City Thunder to the NBA playoffs. I believe they are the 5th seed, I believe it is. They are a 6th seed now. They dropped back one to the Jazz. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, leading scorer on the team. That team still has Chris Paul. So we're going to move a little quickly past that. But you know what? This league's in good shape.
Yes,
we got a lot of scores. We're going to have a lot of 150-point games coming up. That's all I got to feel.
How about that rookie from the Spurs, man, out there balling? That you sent that video the other day.
That was Lonnie Walker. He was a rookie last season.
He was a rookie last season.
That was last season.
But still, he's...
Kid's lightning. You see his first step? Yeah. It's about as fast as Giannis. Yeah. He doesn't have the size, but he's got the speed. Yeah. Oh, my God. He takes off and just leaps into the air. He's flying like Aaron Gordon at the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Solid 9 out of 10 for me. Beautiful. Russell Westbrook. Some guys take for granted. Averaged 33 points on 54% shooting for February. The team went 7-1 when he was in the lineup. My only question was, why was he only in the lineup for 8 games? Well, as impressive as that is, 8 games for a whole month? How many games are we playing in a month? Like 15, 16? Where was he?
I have no idea. Where was he?
I mean, I know February, we take out the whole week break for NBA All-Star Week, but I don't know. Why wasn't he in the game more than 8 times? But
I have no idea.
Yeah, weird. But we did have a tied another record tying moment. Former G League star has hit a record 13 straight 3-pointers. He did this across 3 games. I believe it's Shake Milton from the Philadelphia 76ers. Had 13 straight 3-pointers spread across 3 games. He tied a record with Brent Price and Terry Mills. Good on you, kid. I mean, like, those G League guys are so underrated, you know?
They are.
You know, they can make just as big of an impact as some of the stars. You know, every night you can't have a star always put up 30-plus points.
No.
Sometimes you need those other guys.
Those other guys, yeah.
As you said it earlier in this game, there's no I in team.
No.
It's a team effort.
Yes.
And you know what? They're winning games.
They are.
Philadelphia 76ers, they lost both Embiid and Simmons. Yep. They're still in the playoff race. They're still up there. They're still winning their games. You know?
It doesn't care who's out there. You're getting W's.
Right. Bro, what's up with these kids trying to posterize K-Love? Did you see Zion trying to do it? Zion whiffed so hard it was hilarious. But like Ja tried to do it a couple weeks ago.
Like
and then Ja just tried to do it on an AD.
Oh,
it basically had the same exact result.
He almost got over Kevin.
Oh, he almost got over. I was there. He almost ended that whole man's career.
Zion just ran through him.
Yeah, Zion just like threw a knee into the center of Kevin Love's chest. Looked kind of painful. That's like a freight train running straight at you. Go Kevin Love, though.
Go Kevin Love.
Kevin Love's built like a tank. His brain may be jello, but he's built like a tank.
How about the Cavs a little bit? Bickerstaff, what, 4 and 5?
Cavs are 4-5 under Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff, though, said the season isn't over yet.
It's not over
but
yet.
If they keep winning, they may lose their draft pick.
Yeah.
So at the moment, if they make it out of the top 10 picks, they're top 10 protected this season. So if they fall out of the top 10, that pick goes somewhere else and we don't get a first-round draft pick. So
yeah, I don't know. I'd rather get the pick.
You'd rather have the pick than a playoff appearance.
Yeah, I would, because we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to get swept by Giannis.
Okay. But you know what?
It'd be great for Cleveland. I'd love to see him back in the playoffs, but you know.
But you know what it is? Every time we lose LeBron, we just sit at the bottom. We don't make that push. We're like, we're just going to wait for another star. We're just going to keep waiting.
You know what I would be really happy with? Even if they don't make it, but they try and push it like to the last, like they're like at the end of the season, or like maybe 4.
Give us something to get
games.
Excited about.
Yeah.
Give us something to cheer for.
Yeah.
Cleveland is desperately trying to find something to get excited about this season. Beginning of the season, we're like, we got all these rookies. We got a new head coach who did so well at Michigan. Then we get halfway through and it's like, okay, the rookies are living up to it. Yeah. But we just got rid of the head coach. And now we got Bickerstaff. 4-5. 4-5, that's fine. You know what? That's what we started the season with, basically.
Yeah.
You know, actually, that's a little worse than we started. Season we started like 6-1.
We got so many.
And then we lost like 19 in a row. But that's not the point.
Garland's doing his thing.
Garland, Porter, Sexton.
My man Porter. Oh my God. Nance.
Porter.
Nance is out there.
Nance is out there balling out of control. Oh my God, I love it. But you know what? I like the Cavs.
This will be a team to watch in a couple years. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You heard it here first.
You guarantee it? Well, you know what? If they do make the playoffs this year, I still got to shave my head.
I'm going to shave your
For
head.
those of you that weren't here last week, I put a bet on the line that if the Cavs make the playoffs, I will shave my head.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Because I didn't think JB Bickerstaff was going to be like, oh yeah, we're making a push. And I was going to be like, maybe, I mean, just keep the draft pick, please. I like having hair. It's nice every now and then. It's something to cover with a hat. So more about the coronavirus. We're not done with that because it's impacting the NBA because there was a first reported case up in Oregon. Yeah. So who was it? CJ McCollum said that he's not doing any more autographs this year. I don't know who was asking him for any, but he's not doing them anymore.
No, I wouldn't either, man.
I mean, no, I'd ask for CJ McCollum's autograph. He plays pretty well in the playoffs when they need him. He's a good 3-point shooter out there.
But I wouldn't be giving her. Yeah.
I'll take anybody's autograph. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's cool to have. You never know what they're gonna do later on. You know.
Yeah.
But the NBA has told players to stop shaking hands with people, and not to accept things from fans to autograph because of the virus. They told them to start fist bumping instead of high fiving. Because a fist bump does so much more than a high five.
Yeah.
Apparently, that just makes so much more of a difference. You know, just give them the good old fist bump instead of a high five. Just carry Purell.
Yeah.
You know what? People, wash your hands. They say it's the best way to prevent, spreading of the disease. Do the exact same thing you do to prevent a flu.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Your face.
Wash your hands. Wash your face. Don't put your fingers near your mouth.
Don't touch your face.
The stuff they teach you when you're in kindergarten.
Yeah. Do that.
Same rules apply.
Don't touch your face.
Right. Just have common sense.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good thing to have. Not a lot of people have it anymore, but it'd be nice.
Get the book, people.
All right. So the Clippers owner Steve Ballmer is in an advanced negotiation to purchase the Forum in Inglewood from the Madison Square Garden Company, and this building is in LA. But if they complete this, the Clippers will finally move out of the shadow of the Lakers and move out of Staples Center. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
About damn time.
Yeah, it's about time. I mean,
it's about time. You know what? They're finally a franchise that's respectable.
People go to the Staples Center to watch the Lakers, not the Clippers.
Whose stuff is hanging in the rafters? You know what?
James Worthy, freaking Magic
it's
Johnson,
the Lakers.
Kareem.
It's all the Lakers. You know what?
Yeah.
And you know sometimes when the Clippers play there, they cover up all those banners, and it's just pretty much an empty roof up there. So you know what? It's about time. They're finally at a point where they're established. They're not a laughingstock anymore.
No.
They have the players. They have the organization working. It's time. Move out of the Staples Center. Do something.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So we got a final NBA topic. We're starting to steamroll through some of these now. Kevin Durant. He's out for the rest of the 2020 season, but he has said he's not yet ruled out the possibility of suiting up for Greg Popovich in Team USA at the 2020 Olympics if they happen. But some people are criticizing this because he's not going to return for the season, but could play for Team USA. I believe Stephen A. Smith, of course, went on a rant about this.
Screaming A, man.
Screaming A. Went on a rant. He was really upset because he's going to go play for the Team USA. Team USA, though, doesn't pay.
No, they don't.
Because if you're playing that, you're technically an amateur, which it doesn't really fall into the right category. I don't really know how they classify that because any other sporting event is like, oh, sorry, you make money doing this? Get out of here. But he was like mad. He's like, you know what? You're not playing this whole season. Nets are paying your contract, all this money, and then you're going to go back out there, play for free. If you get injured again, miss next season, the Nets still got to pay you.
Yeah.
So he was upset about that. How do you feel about it, though?
I don't feel too much about it. I mean,
I was mad at Stephen A. for this, actually.
Were you?
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, if he wants to do what he wants to do,
because
go ahead.
You know what? At the end of the day, the most important thing is your country.
Yeah,
you know what?
Is.
A team is fine.
Country.
These teams don't show loyalty to you. You know who does show loyalty to you?
Your
America.
country.
Your country. Your country's always going to be there for you.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you hope.
Yeah, you hope.
But like, you know what? It's not like Team USA is going to go out there and trade you.
Yeah.
You know what? These NBA basketball teams, there's no loyalty anymore.
No,
you know what? Why am I showing loyalty to you? Congratulations, you signed me to a contract that I'm worth. Let me go do what I do. You signed me for a reason. I'll be there next year. I'll be there to play. I'm going to play if I can play. I'm playing for my country, though. Yeah. Don't ever tell me I can't play for my country.
I get that. I think he do what he wants to do. I don't think he should get.
Let me show my patriotism.
He should get no backlash at all. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Kevin Durant is.
Let him do what he wants. Kevin Durant has earned that.
Yes.
He has done more than enough to show that.
Yes.
To earn that he can go do what he wants when he wants to.
Yes.
All right, well, I think we're going to take another break here. We got another Rocky song. This one will be a double feature. Then we're going to come back, talk NCAA, and then I think we're going to wrap the show up after that. But make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Casual Sports Report and interact with us live using hashtag CSR2020 on Twitter. Without any further ado, here's more Rocky. And welcome back to the Casual Sports Podcast. I'm Alek Koberna.
I'm Matt Morrison.
And if you want to interact with us live in the show, use the hashtag CSR2020 on Twitter and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Casual Sports Report. Without any further ado, we're going to finish this show off strong, talking NCAA basketball. Top teams are losing still.
I know.
We just had unanimous number one, though, in Kansas. All 64 of the votes for the AP.
That's a team, man. That's a team.
Do you think they deserve the number one, though?
Yes.
You okay? All right. Well, that serves that one up pretty easily. I don't.
No. Of course you don't.
They're 26-3. Nah, they're 26-3.
Well, who do you think should be number one then?
Let's go Zaga.
Who they play?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yes,
it does. You know what? No, Dayton.
Okay.
Put Dayton Flyers up there.
Okay.
27-2. Why not?
Okay.
Baylor dropped out of the top, so I mean Kansas has got the wins. You know, give it to them. I don't care. But
oh man,
I just gotta, since I'm a Buckeye fan and I bleed scarlet and gray. it just makes me so happy. So happy when the Ohio State University sweeps that team up north in not only football, but in basketball for the regular season. 3-0 in the only sports that matter. Let's go. Let's go. The Ohio State University. Just get rid of that school up north. Did you hear the scandal that's going out in Michigan now?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I don't know how much we're allowed to talk about here at this station. But there's some.
Why don't you just brief it?
Okay, so there are some. Put it frank, the sexual allegations against a former doctor at the University of Michigan. He is dead now. Yeah. Apparently, he was sexually assaulting male students, and that's as much as we're going into it now because that's not everything's confirmed. Just like we didn't go into too much detail with the Penn State thing that came out.
Yeah,
that hasn't gone anywhere either.
No,
so don't know how much. We're gonna wait until Morris reported on it until we talk about anything.
Yes. So what's this? Go
ahead. Back to basketball.
Yeah, jump in.
Who do you? So you think Kansas is #1 team in basketball right now?
Yes.
All right. Here's the big question though: who is the biggest sleeper? Who is your sleeper pick for the tournament? And we know it's not Penn State.
No. A couple weeks ago, I thought it was Penn State. A
couple weeks ago, I think I would have agreed with you.
Yeah. They're falling.
They're down to 20th.
Yeah. And they're going to be knocked out because they were at 20 when they lost to Michigan State.
Yeah,
blew
21 wins, 8 losses right now.
Yeah. But the sleeper team, I think, is...
Go ahead.
I gotta go. I mean, there's just so many decisions.
There's so many teams that you could pick.
That Kentucky team. There's that. I mean,
well, here's the question: are you going to take one of the big name conferences, or take one of the smaller teams, like not necessarily smaller, but Big East, or the whatever the Gonzaga's in?
You can't count out. You cannot count out Virginia. Okay.
You know what team you can't count out? Michigan State.
Them too. Iowa too.
You know what? I'm making my sleeper pick.
Who is it?
Auburn. 24-5 right now.
That's pretty impressive.
You know what? I think it's a good sleeper pick. Sleepers don't always have to do it. I don't know who we're going to have. Biggest Cinderella, though. Youngstown State University. Let's go.
Yes. Great U.
Great U is going to ball out on the basketball court. We're taking this thing. We make it through the Horizon League tournament.
I got to go Iowa, man. They tore up my team. What? They beat them pretty good.
I either go Michigan State or Auburn. Those are my sleepers.
Michigan State too. But that
Michigan
Iowa
State,
team,
they're always there. That's it. They're
Michigan
always
State
in the Elite Eight.
Always there. Yes.
Doesn't matter what they're doing that season. They're in the Elite Eight every time.
They are. Auburn too. Let's see at Louisville.
Auburn's 24-5. They just dropped down 2 slots. I think they lost the game.
Oregon.
They haven't had
what about
much.
Oregon?
Oregon's up there, 22-7. They were a little high, so I didn't want to pick them as sleepers because they're 13th.
Okay.
So that'll be a top 5 seed. So, but it'll be exciting to see.
Penn State will still get in.
We're in March. We are officially. This is the first podcast of March.
Yes.
Oh, baby, we're getting some March Madness already going on. Let's go.
In the next couple of weeks, we won't be talking NFL. It'll be all NCAA.
We got 50 days until the NFL draft.
Yes.
So Combine just finished. We'll probably get a few off-season things, but
March Madness.
We're going full March Madness, baby.
It's already started.
We're gonna talk every game.
Oh, we will.
Okay. Let's go through 32 teams. What? How many games are in round 1? 32 games in total?
Yes.
Yeah.
64 teams.
64 teams, 32 games, and that's just round 1.
Yeah.
Most of them are on the same time, so I don't know how we're gonna figure it out.
We'll probably have games on during the show.
Yeah, we probably will actually.
We will find the TVs
we will make it work.
There's TVs outside.
Matt. Life finds a way.
Yes. We will find the remotes, and we will change the channel, and we will hide those remotes so people can't watch. But they're watching cartoons right now.
Yeah, well, they got Teen Titans on out there.
Yeah,
okay. I thought we were in college.
Yeah, really.
Why are we watching Teen Titans? Okay,
yeah, I have no idea.
Back to the show.
Sports.
So, Ohio State football just took a big hit for spring practices. Expected starting running back Master Teague, best name.
Oh yeah.
Out of everything, obviously. All Big Ten third team last year. Impressive considering he was a backup to J.K. Dobbins, who was a first team All Big Ten, or first or second. It was either whichever one Jonathan Taylor didn't get. He had 789 yards, averaged 5.8 a carry, pretty good. but he's now going to miss the rest of spring practices after he suffered an Achilles injury.
That's a huge loss. I like that, Master T.
Because the only other back in the room is Marcus Crowley. Actually, no. He's also injured.
Oh, geez.
So, he's a sophomore. He's still recovering from a knee injury from last year. So that means the only non-injured running back is redshirt freshman Steel Chambers, which is also another awesome name.
Oh, that's awesome.
we got Master T and Steel Chambers. Yes.
The Master and Steel.
They will have another freshman come in. He's not enrolled yet. He's a senior in high school right now, so they got to wait for him to graduate. He'll be there in June for summer practices, and that's Mayan Williams. The only other option they have right now is the hybrid receiver who played a little bit of running back last year, Demario McCall.
That guy's pretty good.
He is really good, but Buckeyes looking a little thin. It's really shown we've had a lot of good recruiting in other places, specifically wide receiver, where they are lacking, which we've always been strong in until now. The running back position and depth at the running back position. We had a really good, list of guys that we just sent out.
Yeah, Zeke, Dobbins.
You can go back farther.
You can go back even farther.
You want to go Carlos Hyde.
Carlos Hyde
balled out of control.
Yeah.
Then we go to...
Let's go back to the 90s, all right?
You want to go back to Archie Griffin? How about Eddie George?
How about Eddie George?
Ohio State running backs have always been top. And you know what? I hope Master Teague and eventually Steel Chambers. I want Steel Chambers to be the next big name in Ohio State running back history. No, I would love that. But we're going to start wrapping up the show here.
Yeah.
Final thing we're going to start doing, I like throwing out, I'm a stat guy, of course.
Yeah.
So, introducing now the stat of the week. And I love this one. I saw this one come out earlier. Since the year 2000, the year I was born, the Patriots have been to 44% of all Super Bowls. And in that same time period, my Cleveland Browns have only won 33% of their games, which means the Patriots are more likely to go to the Super Bowl than the Browns are to win a game. How about that one for you?
That's funny.
That's depressing.
Yeah, for you. For me, it's amusing.
For all of Cleveland, that's depressing. For Pittsburgh, they are loving it.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sure Boston's loving it, too, because the Patriots are making more trophy runs than anybody else. So, go Cleveland, yay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's funny, though, because they didn't allow Browns fans and Bengals fans to apply for medical marijuana because of the stress. So we sent Greg Robinson down to Mexico to do it for us. He just got busted with 157 pounds of weed on his way back. But, it is what it is. And final thing, game of the week. Everybody watch it. We will totally be talking about it next week on the show. This one, biggest matchup of the NBA season so far. The Lakers, the Bucks, the 1 seed in the East, the 1 seed in the West. At 10:30 on Friday night. No excuse not to watch it. Friday night, 10:30, only on ESPN.
This is a possible NBA Finals.
This is a preview of the NBA Finals. Giannis, LeBron, AD. Baby, we are in for a show.
All you have to say is Giannis versus LeBron, and you're sold.
You could do Giannis versus Anthony Davis in your soul.
You could do that, and you're sold.
Oh my God! I cannot wait for this one. We're getting together Friday.
We'll be up late.
It'll be another 1 a.m. game.
Yeah.
But you know what? The party don't stop because it's Friday night. All right, everybody. That's just going to about do it here for the Casual Sports Podcast.
We're going to wind it down with another Rocky song.
Yeah, we're going to fade it out with another Rocky song. But we want to thank you all for coming this week. And once again, I'm Alek Koberna.
And I'm Matt Morrison.
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Casual Sports Report.
Sure, if you did not listen to this week, be sure to tune in next week.
Yeah, be sure to tune in next week. All new content every week. Maybe we repeat the same things, but it's only because it's important. Everything we say here is obviously important.
Yeah.
And we are totally 100% always right on our facts and never doubt anything that we ever say. All right, thank you very much for joining in this week. We're going to